All right, guys, I appreciate you joining me. I want to make this real fast because they have a tendency to of cutting off my live streams. But I wanted to say one of the most comfortable pillows that you'll ever know or own is a clear conscience. If you can go to bed with a truly clear conscience at night, then you've actually succeeded in your day. There's this ancient philosopher, his name is Mencius. He said to act without clear understanding, to form habits without investigation, to travel a path all one's life without knowing where it really leads. Such is the behavior of the multitude. It's so easy to be misled, and it's also easy to mislead. And I don't want to be misled or mislead. And that's what I did in the video before last. And let me just say, I really appreciate people stepping forward and telling me that. I miss a whole lot of messages because just I get so many, and you get busy with things, and you got to prioritize your time. But I really appreciate people sticking around and offering criticism. And I'm talking about even the harsh criticism. I really, really appreciate all criticism. So thank you guys who gave me the harsh criticism, and thank you guys who metered your criticism with, still pounding me with the truth, but doing it, in a nice manner. I mean, it's so easy to get your feelings hurt. And I think it's easier to get your feelings hurt if your agenda is something other than truth. But if you're really trying to get the truth out there and you just make mistakes, and everybody knows this because we all do make mistakes. And I'm not trying to downplay by any means my last video, but it kind of takes the edge off and makes the pill a little bit easier to swallow when people are nice about it. But I'm not one of those people that gets offended when people go, you freaking, I mean, there's just, look at that video. That you guys know which video I'm talking about. I can't remember what I titled it. Something like, hey, I really messed up on this one. Please read the pinned comment. I can't remember what I named it before, but I'm going to keep it up there for the time being. I wanted to go live on this because I wanted to ask you guys, should I keep that video up as a testimony to my stupidity? Take it down? It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I see the value in it for people to read, the comments. And just note another thing too. Don't put your faith and trust in anybody. That's how we create a cult of personality. I don't want cult followers. I love my audience. I love all you guys out there. And we all to one level or another, like for some reason it's comfortable to turn off our minds and stop critical thinking and enter into the arena of cognitive dissonance. It's just freaking easy to do that. Let's face it, it is hard to constantly be alert, to constantly be looking around and going, okay, I need to verify that. That doesn't sound quite right. But one of the easy things is if you take things from a platform of freedom, and I'm going to get around to my mistake here. But if you take things from the platform of freedom, i.e., it's never right to initiate unjust force and violence on peaceful people who haven't done anything wrong. And if you realize that nobody has a higher claim over your life and property than you, I don't have a higher claim over your life and property than you. I don't even see how you could possibly go wrong. I maintain a posture of correction on that, but I haven't seen how you could go wrong on those two fundamental principles, and then throw in there the golden rule: do to others what you would want done to you, or conversely, don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to you. And I just don't see how you can possibly go wrong with that. So let me get into my. I'll first thank you for everybody who offered correction on that video. You're absolutely right. I was absolutely wrong, and maybe part of my error was confirmation bias. I don't know. It's like, I did think in the back of my mind, why would they make a C virus bill a year before they rolled out C virus? This just looks way too obvious. So I agree. It's first grade. It's kindergarten. I should have known about it. I'll take my lumps. Thank you very much. May I have another? So Kimberly P made a really good statement here, and I'm just going to read it to you. Kimberly P, shout out to you. Thank you. I looked at the bill, and in the congressional record, there's a lot of ignorance on my part here too, guys. In the congressional record on March 20th, 2020, Mitch McConnell stated, quote, I just filed cloture on the motion to proceed to a shell that will serve as the vehicle for the CARES Act. The Senate, used H.R. 748, the exact same bill I talked about in that video, as the shell bill previously passed by the House the prior year for the purpose of removing excise tax on employer-sponsored health care, and was subsequently tabled by the Senate in July of 2019. So the Senate resurrects this House-passed bill, takes out its contents, which I knew there was like pork barrel spending that they shoved into bills to modify the bill and hide, some spending that they wanted to kind of get away with. But as far as dismantling the entire bill and then rebuilding it back up in a completely different image while maintaining that same bill, I thought there were other House resolutions that, totally brain dead on my part. Did not know. And there's also something, I'll get to that in a second. So the Senate resurrects this House-passed bill, takes out its contents, and replaces it with the CARES Act. They then haggle back and forth until it becomes the law. So whether the powers that shouldn't be, and this is Kimberly talking, designed the CARES Act and the pandemic with this particular shell bill in mind a year ago, well, we probably won't ever know, but the shell bill game apparently is not new, as I found in a related article. And she pinned a comment to a Slate article that was talking about, I think it was entitled... Invasion of the Bill Snatchers. Okay, so just to recap, H.R. 748, before it was changed to the CARES Act, was called, quote, the Middle Class Health Benefits Tax Repeal Act of 2019. It was said, quote, to amend the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 to repeal the excise tax on high-cost employer-sponsored health coverage. So they took all that down, including the title, but kept H.R. 748 and then built it up with, what we now know as the CARES stimulus package, which was over 1,400 pages long. And somebody said, reminds me of the Patriot Act. It reminds me of the Patriot Act, too, because 42 days after 9/11, they came up with the thick Patriot Act that completely reframed everything that we see today, including the Department of Homeland Security, which includes the $9 billion a year TSA, where they continue with their radiation and molestation practices at every single airport across the nation for the past 19 years. So we've gotten accustomed to our new normal. So they're turning up the heat on us. So I don't want to sidestep the fact that I was wrong, dead wrong, and I apologize for misleading anybody. Somebody was saying, there's that cliche, a lie will make its way all the way around the world before the truth has time to get its pants on. It's true. And I was the catalyst for that today. I acted without clear understanding. I formed habits without investigation. And for a time, temporarily, on that one thing, I traveled a path all one's life without knowing where it really leads. And such is the behavior of the multitude. So take down. Joe Mama says, well, then take down the video. Yeah, but I'm keeping the video up right now so that people can see how wrong I was. That's my intent for that. It will be taken down, I think. Let's see. I want to read some. I mean, I don't even want to minimize my wrongness, guys. It's just a brain dead thing to propagate a lie in the truth community, which is exactly what that was, and do damage. There's no telling how much damage. If you tell one, it's like Hitler said, if you tell a lie, make it big enough, tell it long enough, people will take it as the truth. I don't want people to start taking lies as the truth, things that I've told. So it's crazy. Jose, it's not the last video about the Alex Jones thing and Trump doing the social credit score thing. It's the one before that where I say, hey, I way messed up on this. Read the pinned comment. That's the one. Pull the video. Yeah, Susie, I agree. Okay, let's just have a vote. All one say pull the video, and two say no, leave it up to show your is BS. Yeah, and Cindy brings up a good point. This crap is pre-planned, but all you got to do is go to the Rockefeller's own documentation called Scenarios for the Future of Technology and International Development, and look on page 18 where Lockstep completely lays out the plan. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation laid out the plan in Event 201. They don't need somebody like me coming along and going, oh, look what I found. Look, it's HR 748. They called it the CARES Act back then. What a moron. I agree. Whoever called me a moron, you're right. I was moronic. Haven't watched it yet. That's another reason I'm leaving it up, Lisa, so that people can see how wrong I was. Truth fears no scrutiny, guys. I will walk away from this thing with a clear conscience, not with my tail between my legs. Yeah, of course I'm ashamed for doing that. It sucks. It sucks. None of us, but that's another testimony to the fact that none of us is greater than all of us. It's like, hey, Brian, you way missed it on this. Some people are going, hey, Brian, you missed it on this. Some people are walking up behind me and going, you dumbass. Oh man. Yeah, Congress just got a pay raise. How about if I leave it up? God, I feel bad when I see the good comments too, like, yeah, you great find and all that. And I'm like, oh God, I just want to crawl under a rock, man. Joshua says, leave it up. One for your own protection. Well, I'm not really interested in my protection. The anarchist Shawn Michaels. That's Prophets of Doom. Somebody's got to show me how to do that cool wording and change stuff around like that. That's pretty cool. Pull it down. Yeah, thanks, Ann, but it's not okay. Leave it up. Thanks for everything. So how many are saying leave it up? How many are saying take it down? One is leave it up. Wait a second. One is take it down. Two is leave it up. Maybe I said that in reverse. I don't know. Take it down, issue correction. This will be my correction video. Maybe I leave it up. What's up, man? Leave it up. Yeah, I know. Eventually, I will have to decide, but I do want to put it up for a vote. What's up, Robert Graves? Anyone can stub their toe innocently. Yeah, you know what's so funny? I mean, well, it's not funny. It's horrible. It's horrific. An error is still an error, whether somebody intended to broadcast that error or whether it was accidental. It's still an error, and it can still mess up minds. That's why I can't stand Congress. I can't stand mainstream media. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's a cool quote. We learn from failure, not from success. And what is success anyway? It's a string of failures. You got to use them each as a stepping stone. I gotta be honest with you guys. You know, from a human standpoint, everybody, if you're honest with yourself, you got a snowflake, hyper emotional side to you, where it's like, God, that hurts. God, that hurts. Oh my God, that hurts. But it's true. But the other dog in the fight was going, yeah, but it's true. Yeah, but it's true. It's like, you suck. Yeah, but it's true. You do suck. You do suck. So I wanted to do this live, guys. I'm not going to belabor this thing, but I wanted to let you guys know I was freaking wrong. Leave it up and edit the caption. Yeah, I put that in the pinned comment. I can't even list all the guys who, whether you were harsh or gentle in your criticism of me. I can't even tell you how much I really appreciate that. That's what I love about this community. It's like, hey, there are people out there that have not thrown their